These Oreo cookie muffins are delicious.
Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for yoyomax12.
Hello everyone. To make this recipe, you will need Oreo cookies, of course. You'll need 21 Oreo cookies in total. However, take 16 of those and cut them up coarsely with a knife, which means fairly big pieces. When you're done that, set that aside, and then you'll take 5 more of those cookies and you're going to process them until they are very fine crumbs. I'm using a food processor to do this, but you can chop them up finely with a knife as well. Next, in a large bowl, you're going to place 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup of sugar, and 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Stir that up until combined, and then add in 1/3 of a cup of cold butter. I know normally we ask for room temperature or softened butter, but this recipe you want cold butter. Now what you need to do is cut that butter in until the mixture resembles coarse crumbs. You can do this a couple of different ways, with 2 butter knives like I'm doing right here, or you could use a pastry blender. And a side note here, this pastry blender was actually a gift from Beth, who is cooking and crafting. So as you can see, it looks like coarse crumbs and there are no large pieces of butter left. Now take a cup of milk and add 1 egg to it and then blend it together. I think probably a bigger container would have been a better idea, but I got it blended anyway. Pour that into the dry ingredients. And then you're going to stir this until just moistened. Now the secret to nice fluffy muffins is to not overmix. So you blend it just enough until it looks like every morsel has been moistened. And then add in the coarsely chopped Oreo cookies. Once again, doing this gently because we don't want to break the cookies up too much because we want nice big chunks of cookie inside the muffins. So once you folded in those cookie pieces, you can fill up your muffin tins. You can either use just plain greased muffin tins, or in this case, I'm using paper liners. This makes 1 dozen muffins, and they're going to be fairly large. And don't worry about it seems that the muffin tins are very full. These don't rise a whole lot, so it's not that big of a deal. Now for the topping for these, that's 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 5 of those Oreo cookies that have been finely crushed, and 3 tablespoons of sugar. Stir that around and then add 2 tablespoons of cold butter. And we're going to do the same thing. You're going to cut this butter in until the mixture resembles coarse crumbs. Then place 1 tablespoon of that mixture over the top of each of the uncooked muffins. And then bake these at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 16 to 18 minutes until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. Once they come out of the oven, allow them to sit in the muffin tin for about 5 minutes and then remove them to a wire rack to cool completely. Once they're cool completely, we're going to do the final step, and that is to add a white chocolate drizzle. What I did is I melted 1/2 cup of white chocolate chips with a 1/2 tablespoon of vegetable shortening, put them in a Ziploc bag, cut the corner off, and drizzle it over the top. And there are the completed muffins. These are really, really good. They're nice and moist, and as you can see when you look at the inside view, there's big chunks of Oreo cookie in there. That nice crunchy topping with the white chocolate really adds a lot of flavor to these because they're not an overly sweet muffin. These are delicious. I really enjoyed them. Hope you give them a try. Here is another video that I've made that uses Oreo cookies. They are Oreo cookie truffle ball cupcakes with an Oreo cookie cream cheese frosting. And these are also awesome. So go ahead and click right on your screen or see the link in the description box if you want to check out this video. Thanks so much for watching.